So you're thinking about moving to Costa Rica, living in Costa Rica, making a life in Costa Rica. I want you to stay because at the end of this video, not now, but at the end, just the last couple minutes, I got something very important to tell you guys. You're doing your research and your homework. You need to hear this, especially if you don't know about life in Costa Rica. Again, the last couple minutes. All right. Hey guys, I'm Michael Allen for TravelCostaRicaNow.com. TravelCostaRicaNow.com is a travel agency, and if you go to TravelCostaRicaNow.com and fill out the 4-minute form, you'll be that much closer to the vacation of a lifetime. Or you can just email us and see what we can do for you. Now, I'd appreciate a subscribe. Obviously, it helps, man. It helps. YouTube's tough, man. YouTube is tough. But also hit the notification bell. That helps too, but it also helps you know when we put out new content and new videos. So, okay, real quick, you guys know who you are, and I can't tell you how much this is appreciated. When you let those annoying ads run on my videos on YouTube, it totally does help me out. And I got to tell you, in these, let's say, trying times, YouTube is about the only thing keeping me afloat. So I appreciate you guys. Trust me, I do. And you know what? You guys that don't let them run, I totally get it. I totally get it. I don't blame you. So either way, we're fine. Don't worry about it because yes, very annoying. So it's all good. Don't worry about it. Now, TravelCostaRicaNow.com is not a news channel, but I've said some things in the last couple of weeks. I don't like to leave things dangling. I like to clean them up and, report back, do a little quick follow-up, and that's what this is. So first one is the rumor about them possibly nixing the 72-hour COVID test requirement and also the the traveler's insurance requirement. That has not come to fruition yet. I just want to let you know, I heard that from a couple things. It was better than a rumor, but it has not panned out yet. And I apologize if it's hindered anybody's travel plan, especially people that are traveling like tomorrow or in the next 10 days in that kind of that gray area where things may change, but they may not. They may not. So trust me, I will let you know if that happens. That would be huge news, and you will know when I know. But it has not panned out yet. So, just keep on with whatever you're doing and act like it doesn't exist yet. A couple weeks ago, I made a video about the protests here in Costa Rica. So they're protesting what you think they would be protesting. They're protesting higher taxes, corruption in the government, and some other things. I don't want to get into that. That was in the other video. But what they do when they protest here basically is they block things. They block the ports and they block traffic for hours at a time. And they do it in like 20, 30 different places around the country, and it's talk about annoying. So they've been doing that for the last couple of weeks. Now they've slowed those down. There have been a couple of reports where they've slowed traffic, where people drive real slow. They've done that, but there hasn't been the blockades since Monday. Now, if you're coming to Costa Rica at the end of November and December for Christmas or January, those blockades, I would say, will be history, totally history by then, because trust me, we'd all be pissed and they'd have more problems than just the government. But if you're coming to Costa Rica, like let's say tomorrow or within the next 10 days, I would say definitely have like a Waze app or something like a Waze app to let you know what's ahead of you. Okay, so that's that on the protest. So Dan, do you remember Dan? Dan's feeding the homeless, took it on himself to feed the homeless, and you guys helped him to be able to do that. He's been feeding the homeless now for, I think, 2.5 months or so. And with the help of you guys, he's able to go to about, I think, the middle of January or the end of January or something like that. And that's, I think, when he's going to stop anyway. So thank you for those donations. If you don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry about it. No more donations. We're good. He's good. He just wants to thank you, and I want to thank you. So thank you. Now, so you're thinking about maybe living in Costa Rica. So here's what happened. I made a video, I don't know, like within a week ago, about getting my residency here, becoming a resident of Costa Rica. And when you become a resident of Costa Rica, you have monthly payments into the health system here, which is called the CAHA. And I was relating my story on how much I pay for the CAHA and how they came up with the number that I pay. So somebody underneath that video said, you are wrong. This is what they do. It's a sliding scale of your percentage of your pension and blah, blah, blah. And he was saying he calculated his, and his was upwards of like $430 or $450. And he said, thank you very much. I'm very happily living in Panama. Now, he wasn't wrong, man. He wasn't wrong. Herein lies the problem. He was only wrong in the fact that he thought I was wrong, because he was basing on his experience, his reality of what he did. So I'm assuming maybe he Googled, how do you figure out your CAHA in Costa Rica, your health insurance? And it probably said what he just said. Well, what he doesn't know is there's other variables. It's kind of like I had people helping me. I had a lawyer helping me. It's kind of like an accountant. You know, why do people that make a lot of money have an accountant to find legal loopholes? He just didn't know that. But what he does, and he's relating his experience and believing like it's the only fact here. And that's what I want to tell you about. So any gringo, anybody that lives in Costa Rica for any length of time knows that the only thing black and white about living in Costa Rica is that nothing is black and white living in Costa Rica. Okay, so, and it causes a ton of misinformation and confusion, because people, they say, like, they have their channels and YouTube, they have their blogs, and they have their experiences, and that's great, right? That's great. And they can say, but what they should be saying is, this is how I did it. There might be other ways. Because people they obviously don't know. They don't know. I've lived here 15 years. I was flying under the radar for like 10 years. I was doing all kinds of things you weren't supposedly allowed to do. I had a job. I got a bank account. I was a perpetual tourist. That's where you go leave the country every 3 months, get your passport stamped, and come back. All these things they say you can't do, or they've had bad experiences. That's great. And I'm not saying that they're lying. I'm not saying that. But what they don't understand is there's other ways here of getting things done or doing things. So I've lived under the radar, and the last 5 years I've been above board. Everything is legal. My travelcostaricanow.com is legal. I have residency, all that. I know all the ways. That's why you write me. But the problem is there's just a lot of confusion. And for you people that are just now maybe starting your homework and research, you don't really know Costa Rica, you just think it's interesting, or maybe you vacationed here one time and wow, I'd like to live there. You may not know this. And when you're reading these things, I'll tell you a great example of this. Go to Facebook and go to one of the groups set up by gringos who live in Costa Rica. Boy, not a fan. I'm not saying they all suck. I would never say that. There's always exceptions. But man, those are some angry people on those sites. Angry people relating. People just ask us an innocent question, man, and they get hammered about these, I don't know, old curmudgeons, man. I don't know, people ready to die or something. They just have a miserable life and they want to make everybody miserable. I don't know what that's about. But what they do is they share their experience and believe it's the only way of things. You know, so there's the law here. There's the law. It's good. You know, follow that. But there's also a lot of little hacks, legal hacks. All right, I'm not trying to tell you to do anything illegal. I'm just saying when you're doing your research, do your research. You might want to contact me. Now, the reason I can't say a lot of these things in videos is because A, I'm not going to throw people under the bus, and B, I'm not putting some of those tips and tricks on video. You know, plead the fifth. So anyway, guys, I just want to let you know that anybody that lives here is going to go, Michael's right, and they're right because they know too. All these people know that's lived here. Anyway, guys, things are going to pop up. Always do your research and your homework if you're thinking about living or even traveling in Costa Rica. I'm Michael Allen, travelcostarica.com. Peace, guys. Hope it helps.